amounts, the money coming from each account.
And the account's being transferred.
And, yeah, okay, and it totals $1,140,122.
That's different than what's in the contract you just voted on. And also,
Ms. Wilson, you don't have the floor.
I have lots of questions.
So, this is a motion to accept.
Motion to approve this transfer.
We have a motion to approve. Mr. McAbee, you seconded it. Now we are in discussion, and Ms. Wilson, now you have the floor.
Thank you, sir. Tell me about this Department 5831. Is that an existing department, or is this something that was just created? I don't have my chart of accounts with me.
That's an account given to me by, Mr. Chairman, if I may.
You may miss
That account number was given to me by the finance staff, so if they're here, they can respond to it. If not, then it stands as submitted.
or anyone.
Is it in our budget already?
Ms. Wilson, Chairman, if I may.
Is there someone here from the finance department?
Ms. Wilson, you asked a question, I'm going to do my best to answer
But you just said that
you.
finance.
You'll let me talk.
Okay.
Ms. Wilson, you out of order. Please let Mr. Greer talk. He has the floor.
The handout or the paperwork that I just gave you lists the various accounts. These accounts were looked at by the finance department, and they can locate those funds that can be transferred out of those departments. Most of them are vacant positions or new positions that have not been filled, and that's where the funds are coming from in the vast majority of the cases. I'm assuming that this account for the contract buyout is an account that was created for the contract buyout.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes, ma'am.
there was a letter that was sent to our administrator and to the media today requesting that we freeze hiring. So if that, our letter went out earlier than this came before us, this really puts us in a difficult position, because if you're talking about new positions, I think that was over $500,000 that we were hoping to save the county in these dire economic times. And it would be a wise thing for us to freeze the hiring, because we have many good and wonderful employees that we wanted to be able to keep in place, and just simply not hire new people. You know, this comes right back to the lack of transparency, the lack of procedure in this county following our laws and our ordinances. I think that we should move to table this until we get answers from our finance department and from legal counsel. I think y'all are setting yourselves up individually, even after you go off counsel, for potential lawsuits.
Mr. Chairman.
She made a motion to table.
Second.
We have a second to table. No discussion on tabling. All in favor to table this item that Mr. Greer presented, please vote. 2. Oppose the tabling? 5.
Mr. Chair?
Ms. Floyd?
Ms. Wilson made reference to asking the county to freeze employment. Did the council vote on that request?
Ms. Floyd, that was a letter signed by 2 members of council and 3 council members elect, so it really has no value here.
Okay, good.
Mr. Chairman.
Mr. McAbee?
I call for the question.
Mr. McAbee calls for the question. All in favor calling for the question?
We need a second, don't
We need a second?
I second.
All right. Thank you. All in favor calling for the question? Please vote. 5. Opposed? 2. All. Would you please restate your motion, Mr. Greer? I'm out of breath. second by Mr. Greer, Mr. McAdie. All in favor of approving these transfers, please vote. 5 opposed. 2. Motion to approve the transfers as listed, as passed.
Employees, county employees, do any of you have a cough drop or a med or something that we can share up here? We would appreciate it. Thank you.
Anyone else? Moving on. Ms. Floyd?
Do we need to vote to reconsider this?
Mr. Chairman,
Greer?
this time I move to reconsider the motion to approve these transfers.
And the severance packet?
All right, so we have to do them one.
Have to do them one at a time. We have a motion to reconsider the transfers. Was that seconded?
Second.
That was second to reconsider. We are now in reconsideration.
Mr. Chairman,
Wait, hold up.
point of information.
Hold up, I'm trying to find out what's going on here. So, Mr. Martin, we have a motion to reconsider and a second. We just vote and then we're back in discussion, is that right? Okay, we have a motion to reconsider and a second. Mr. Waltrip, what was your question?
My question is this a reconsideration of all transfers or some transfers?
It's the entire list of transfers that's on these pages that Mr. Greer handed out to make up the $1.14 million to add to this buyout.
Well, could I ask Mr. Greer a question of what the point is of going one way and then going the other?
Mr. Waldrop, we need to get the question on the floor first. So we need to get the reconsideration passed.
Okay, I'm sorry. Okay, then
All in favor?
Just a moment, please. May I have?
All in favor of reconsidering, please vote.
I have a question.
You don't have the floor, do you? All in favor of reconsideration, please vote. We're voting. 4, 5. Opposed to reconsidering? Mr. Wilson abstained. Who did vote? Who did I miss? How do you vote?
I voted for reconsideration.
Oh, it's 6, 0, and 1. Motion to reconsider has passed. Now we're back in discussion.
All right, Mr. Chairman, may I have the floor, please?
Ms. Wilson.
All right, what is the value of the 2006 GMC Yukon? What is the value of the benefit plans to be maintained and sponsored and so forth? I mean, remember, we haven't even had a chance to read this thing.
Point of order, Mr. Chairman.
What is the,
Point of order, Mr. Chairman.
interrupting, sir?
I'm raising a point of order which takes precedence over
No, it
anything
does
you're
not.
saying. Mr. Chairman.
Ms. Wilson, Mr. McAbee is correct. A point of order takes precedence and may interrupt the person who has the floor. Now, Mr. McAbee, what is your point of order?
This is not germane to the subject at hand. The subject at hand are the transfers.
Mr. McAbee, your point of order is correct. Ms. Wilson, we are talking only about the transfers. There is no denial or anything else on here that you mentioned. So,
But
Mr.
it doesn't
McAbee
seem
is
to
correct.
be reflecting the complete amount of money that will be owed to the administrator.
The subject under discussion is the transfers. Anyone else?
Mr. Chairman.
Mr.
Have we-
McAbee.
I call for the question.
Mr. McAbee called for the question. Ms. Floyd seconds. All in favor of calling for the question, please vote. 5. Opposed? 2. The item has been reconsidered and it has passed. No. Put me on track, Mr. Martin.
The item is still on the floor for vote. You have just voted to call for the question.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Now the question is to be voted on.
Now we vote on the question. Thank you. All in favor of transfers, please vote. We're voting on the transfers. How you voting? 5. Opposed? 2. So now we're done with this? Mr. Martin?
Mr. Chairman,
Okay.
I move reconsideration of Mr. Wilson's original motion.
Is there a second? We have a motion to reconsider the severance agreement and release claims by Mr. McAbey. We have a second by Ms. Floyd. All in favor of reconsidering the severance agreement and release of claims, please vote. Am I doing this right, Mr.? All in favor of reconsidering?
Chairman, is that, can we have any discussion on anything about it?
Once we get to that point, yes, sir, we can.
Well,
Yes, sir.
I just
First,
wondered-
we've got to get the item on the floor. And now we're voting on to reconsider this buyout claim. And I'm wanting to take a vote.
This is like buying
I did not.
pig in a poke. This is crazy.
Let's please, all in favor of reconsidering the buyout, please, let me see your hands again. 4, 5, opposed?
Chairman, I'm going to abstain. I just can't figure out what in the world you're doing.
Okay. I figure out.
Mr. Chairman, Mr. Chairman,
One moment, Mr. McAbey. I have a 5, 0, and 1. Who didn't vote? Mr. Wilson abstained. Okay, 2 abstains. Okay.
You can add me to abstain. This is ridiculous.
Okay, we still have a majority, so that's okay.
Mr. Chairman,
Mr. McAbey, we are now in discussion. Mr. Waltrip on the buyout.
Yes, sir.
McAbee requests the floor.
I call for the question.
Mr. McAbee.
Chairman, point of order.
We have a equal call for the.
I know, but I got a
What
point of
question?
order. Even Mr. McAbee said that trumps all of them.
Okay, Mr. Waltrip,
Okay.
your point of order.
My point of order is, why can't we discuss anything here tonight? Why can't we, we're voting on things and we don't have any numbers to vote on? We're just reconsidering matters and, Mr. Chairman, I don't think I've ever been witness to such a railroaded situation where the public interest is involved. And we're talking about a great deal of money here. And right now, I don't know specifically what kind of money we're talking about. How can we vote on something if we can't even articulate the amount that we're voting on?
Mr. Waltrip, I understand your question. However, Mr. McAbee had the floor, and he did make the motion to call for the question, and I am bound to follow Robert's rules. But do I have a second? Sir, we have a second. All in favor of calling for the question, please vote. I didn't get a count, I'm sorry. 4. Against? 3. 4-3. We still pass 4-3. We are in the all in favor of. I lost my train of thought, Mr. Martin. Where am I?
You're now voting on the original motion.
Of the severance agreement and release. All in favor of the severance agreement and release of claims, please vote. 4, 5, opposed, abstained. How
still a railroad shop, and we're lacking our fiduciary.
Ms. Wilson, you don't have the floor. I'm just asking how you vote.
And y'all don't have good sense.
Mr. Chair, are you through with that?
No, ma'am, I'm still trying to get my vote here. The vote is 5-1, and Mr. Waltrip abstained. It was 5-1 and 1. It passes again.
Okay, Mr. Chairman.
Ms. Floyd,
Mr. Chairman, in form of a motion, I think that I want to make a motion that we at this time hire our new administrator, and I would like to put in the motion that we hire Michael Cunningham. I have a contract.
Mr. Chairman, I second.
okay? Lord help us.
Yes.
Any more?
Mr. Chairman, are we ever going to move on the agenda, or is everybody just kind of picking up as they go?
This is not even on the agenda.
It was amended in Mr. Wilson's, no, it was added when Mr. Wilson did his, asked to put
No,
it.
his was a severance,
But no one has the floor.
I apologize.
We are passing out information that Ms. Floyd wanted to present. She made a motion, and it was seconded by Mr. McAfee. No one has been recognized for a discussion.
Mr. Chairman?
Ms. Floyd,
Thank you. This was all part of Mr. Wilson's,
motion to amend, I
Then.
understand.
Okay, thank you.
Please move forward.
After,
Okay, we have a motion on the floor to accept the master employment agreement to hire our current assistant administrator, Mr. Michael Cunningham, as our new administrator. Mr. Cunningham, will you please come to the mic? I did. The chair retains the floor, so I'm speaking for myself. I did speak to members of council and to members of the personnel committee, and I did make my desires known, what I wanted as the representative, and Mr. Cunningham has done an excellent job as our assistant administrator, and it was my wish and desire that he would be nominated, and that is as far as I took it.
Mr. Chairman, may
No,
I?
ma'am, I have the floor.
It appears like y'all had secret meetings.
No, ma'am, I have a telephone, and I know how to use it, and that's what I did. I telephoned Mr. Greer up, and I went to see Mr. Wilson in person. That's what I did. Mr. Cunningham, how long have you been with Anderson County?
10 years.
How long have you served in the capacity of the county administrator? Assistant, I'm sorry.
2002.
Wow,
That's 6 years.
that's it. I have been to his office several times. He has a dual degree from University of South Carolina and from Clemson, so he should make everybody happy. And it's a master's degree in public administration. Is that correct? Is that what I saw?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. That's all from me. We are still in discussion on this.
Mr. Chairman,
Mr. Walter?
I'm still trying to understand how the machinery works here. I think you were just quoted a moment ago, quote yourself, that you had had a discussion with Mr. Wilson, that you've been telephoning members of the council.
No, sir. I said I telephoned Mr. Greer, one person,
And who else?
and I went and saw Mr. Wilson,
And who else?
and that's it.
That's just those.
That's just it.
And then you told them to talk to other people? How have you all
No, sir.
communicated here?
No,
Mr. Chairman, I've got to tell you that you have created here probably the most preposterous scenario of how this council had gotten together without any recommendations, about any notice to anybody, and hammered out an agreement just out of thin air. And you cannot tell me that this council has not been communicating and meeting, which is a total violation of the law. And I think you know that. And I think these council members know that too. And I think that these council members will enjoy the opportunity to discuss their communications at another time.
Mr. Walter, what I did was talk to Mr. Greer, who was a member of the Personnel Committee, and I spoke to Mr. Wilson, who was the chairman, and I made my wishes and desires known, and that's where I left it. Who else spoke to these gentlemen, I do not know.
Mr. Chairman,
But as a member of council, I felt it was my duty and obligation to make my wishes and desires known, and that's what I did.
Mr. Chairman, may I?
Yes, ma'am.
It appears that your wishes and your desires may not reflect the people who had originally elected you. It
Well-
appears that there have been secret meetings, and how else do you get all these massive legal documents without some report to council? There's a process that we have absolutely put asunder here. We have not followed rules, we have not followed laws here, both local and state, and I think you're all in for a rude awakening.
Okay, anyone else?
Mr. Chairman,
Mr. McAbee.
I call for the question.
I have a call for the question. Is there a second? Second? Mr. Wilson, second. All in favor for calling for the question, please vote. 4. Opposed? 3. All in favor of the master employment agreement as presented by Ms. Floyd to hire Mr. Michael Cunningham as the new county administrator of Anderson County, please vote. 5. Opposed? 2. Motion passes.
Mr. Chairman,
One moment, where did he go? Cunningham, congratulations. You will be soon, apparently, the new county administrator.
Mr. Chairman,
Mr. McAbee,
I move reconsideration of Mrs. Floyd's motion and
regarding the master, I understand. Is there a second to reconsider?
Second.
Any discussion?
Yes, Mr. Chairman.
Yes, ma'am, Ms. Wilson.
It was my understanding that when a county hires an administrator, that there should be applications, there should be discussion. Again, I know now what you're doing with the reconsideration. I'd forgotten that this was a new edict, I think, as of last year,
Now, you taught us that.
where
Ms. Floyd, please.
where you are you think you're making this airtight by reconsidering. And I just want to point out that as a county councilman who's been sued multiple times by the current administrator and other parties related thereto, this is just such an incredible day for Anderson County that we would have no discussion. The public has not even had a chance to see how their money's being spent.
point of order, Mr.
Haven't
Chairman.
had a chance
Point of order,
to
Mr.
think
Chairman.
this. There are clauses in,
Point of order, Mr. Chairman.
and also in the
Ms.
national.
Wilson, there is a point of order on the floor that takes precedence. Please yield. Mr. McAbee.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. The matter at hand is the reconsideration, not the contract.
But it's a reconsideration
We haven't voted to reconsider to yet discuss the contract.
that we still haven't read.
Ms. Wilson, Mr. McAbee is correct. We are only voting to if or not to reconsider this. We're not in the details of the contract. So Mr. McAbee is correct. All in favor? Chair calls for the vote on reconsideration. All in favor of reconsidering Mr. Cunningham's master employment agreement, please vote. 1, 2, 3, 4. Opposed? 1. Abstain? 2 abstain, 4, 5. Okay, it passes. Now, Ms. Wilson, we are in discussion on the contract. Do you wish the floor?
I wish that we can table this so we have a chance to read it and ask questions and receive answers. When you make motions and approve the expenditure of millions of dollars without due diligence, without public information, this is unbelievable.
Okay. Anyone else?
Absolutely unbelievable.
Anyone else?
Mr. Chairman,
Mr. Greer?
accusations have been made tonight that members of this council have participated in illegal meetings. Not understanding that a quorum of this council is 4 or more, and that a meeting between any other members of council or discussion between any other members of council, as long as it's not 4, collectively discussing or working together, it is not an illegal meeting. There is nothing wrong with individual council members discussing things among themselves, and that's what has occurred in this instance. Mr. Martin, am I correct? It is not illegal for 2 or 3 council members to discuss an item, or for council members to discuss items over the telephone.
Mr. Martin?
Thank you. Mr. Greer, that is correct.
Thank you.
Mr. Chairman,
Mr. Walker?
may I ask Mr. Martin a question?
Sure, go right ahead.
Mr. Martin, you're representing to this council now that these kind of telephone conferences are perfectly legal, in violation of what I would allege to be in violation of the Freedom of Information Act, that council can contact each other on the phone and have phone meetings like this?
Mr. Martin?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Walker, I was asked a very specific question, and that is whether council members constituting less than a quorum of council may discuss matters outside a formal meeting, and the answer is yes. I have not called it a meeting, I have not called it anything, I simply answered the question.
So between 2 people, but those 2 people, then one of those calls another and another, and so you don't consider that to be a violation? Would that be a violation for 2 people to meet, and then one of those people call a third, and then that third calls a fourth, that you don't consider that to be a violation?
Mr. Chairman.
Mr. Martin?
Thank you. Mr. Walker, I would want more specifics about how the discussions were conducted, but in a nutshell, no, I don't think that would constitute a meeting.
Okay. Do you know who drafted these contracts?
I do know who drafted the one for Mr. Cunningham. I did.
Oh, you did. How about the one from Mr. Preston's buyout?
I have no idea.
Once again, into the darkness of politics. Thank you.
Mr. Chairman,
Mr. Greer?
for the record, I'm going to state that as of December the 31st, I will have served on this council for 10 years. I have never participated in an illegal meeting of 4 council members or more. I have walked away in some instances to avoid that. If you accuse me of that, you're telling the untruth.
Chair calls, I'm sorry. reconsideration of Mr. Cunningham's contract, please vote. In favor of, please vote.
Favor of the contract.
Yes, in favor of the contract.
No, I thought that was reconsideration.
Opposed? Abstained? 5, 1, and 1.
Mr. Chairman,
Listen, I'm ready to go. Have we taken care of business?
No, we still have plenty more left on the agenda.
I'm sick, I'm doing good to breathe, and I'm going home.
I move to adjourn.
Chairman,
Is that a formal
Yeah.
motion?
Yes.
Chairman, point of order, Mr. Chairman.
Mr. Walkup,
We
what is
still
your
have
point of order?
some items on the agenda, and I just think it's totally inappropriate for us to adjourn without the opportunity to discuss some very important matters which have...
Mr. Chairman, point of order.
Hold up, please. Mr. Walkup, Mr. McAbey had the floor, and he made a motion to adjourn. It was seconded by Mr. Greer, so it is a proper motion. No, I have to go with the flow. I have to call for the vote. All in favor of adjourning, please vote.